Sebring, 3.7 miles, 17 turns in the Florida sun. Do you hear that silence? Yes, because that's what Florida sounds like in the middle of the summer. It's quiet. But what does iRacing think it does in Florida? Rain all the time. I'm going to take a moment here to complain. I'm going to make a gripe. I know people wanted rain. I know iRacing didn't give us rain. And then when iRacing gave us rain, it made it a monsoon. If you look at these numbers, it's just raining all week long. This is Wednesday, and only 4 times did it not rain in Sebring. So yes, this was a challenging week. It's nighttime, it's dark, there's no lights, and there's rain. Rain. Okay, so let's get into qualifying. It's a Wednesday night, and we're gonna go ahead and try and qualify. It's wet, so am I gonna hit this apex? No, of course I'm not. We'll make the best we can. Let's take a look at this rain. It's not raining a little bit. That is a ton of rain. I'm pulling up these shots just so you can see that it's not a little puddle here or there. It's quite wet. Over here on the calendar it says light rain, or it says the track is lightly wet. You got to learn how to ride in a whole different manner. So here we are, concentrated on going a little bit lighter. And I miss another apex. With that being said, I do pretty well. Coming out of Sunset, I hit a pretty good apex here. Gather up some speed. Get gas down the straightaway, and I finish 7th. It's not bad, 7th place. It's the lowest split. I'm the bottom split, always the bottom split until I get better. But I'll take that. P7 all day long. Okay, here's the funny thing about racing. You got to do it with other people. So we're P7. I don't know what to think. A lot of people are not going to know how to brake. But here we are in our warm-up lap, and let's see Mr. Mustang guy here. Have no idea what's going on. I like to just hug my line, stay out of their line. And let's check out Mr. Mustang. What are you doing? There you go, +4 just to start this whole thing. +4. 4x just to get going. Somebody tell me down in the comments, what's he thinking? Now, he did mention that that's the racing line, but we're not racing. We're not racing. It's a parade lap. It's driving me crazy. I tell you what else can be crazy. The start of a rainy race. Let's look at these big gunners coming up through the pack already. They're going to win this race in turn 1. I'm just going to hold my line. I don't think you can hold a better line than what I'm doing right here. This guy wants to go inside. He can. I appreciate him not doing that right now. It's been actually pretty clean. I let him go through, give him an opening, and I'll take that. Here's something I've learned in iRacing. Maybe this is true in all racing. I'm going to let these people go. I'm going to race my race. And when I make those decisions, there's somebody behind me that sees me as prey. Let's check out this red car coming up on the side here. It sees me as definite prey. Watch him come through. It's raining out. It's okay. We can let him go. White car gets a little loose in front of me. Maybe I got an inside front. And now I think I can pass him. Let's go back and check out red over here. He's just gonna, he can't do this. But what's ironic about this is that I turn around and become the same person that red was. I think I'm going to be able to take advantage of the guy that's going in slow in front of me. And actually, in reality, that's what racing's about. Taking advantage of other people's mistakes. Now you might be asking yourself, why am I celebrating still in P7? Because what I found is it's the first lap where you either fall down the ladder or you climb the ladder. And I'm going to take in a rainy race like this at Sebring, starting in 7, staying in 7. It's just a small little victory, even when I'm making mistakes like that. You know that mistake though, if you look at it, that's cutting the course. I don't get an X, and it only gives me 0.3 recovery. I don't even slow down. I think I might have found myself a nice little hack here at Sebring. All right, let's take a look here at the end of sunset. I'm getting past, and this is the kind of stuff that used to freak me out. Let's look up ahead. There's a guy spinning out in front of me. Green's coming down in front of me. I'm getting a little loose. Normally, maybe 3-4 months ago, that would put me backwards. Hey, do you guys remember old Mustang? Well, here he is. You would think I had the skill to pull this off. Now there's just a mistake in me getting lucky. A little touch there. But hey, did you see that Corvette? Let's check out this Corvette. He sees a victim, and he splits the two. And then check this out. I don't mind this. Watch, this is actually pretty good racing. He joins back on in a nice clean fashion. And when we look at this closer, you can see that I've made this mistake before. I think most of you have too. You get back on and then you go like a bat out of hell to keep your position. Mr. Corvette decides, let's just lay back. I'll give up that position. Let's get my breath. Go forward. One of the things we're going to see here is that these three people, me, Corvette, and Mr. Mustang, we get to know each other here. Like Mr. Mustang and Corvette say hello. And I try to sneak through. It's not going to work. So let's see how Corvette reacts to this. Chain reaction. Oh. And that's me coming up beside him. And what I don't get is, how do I avoid the car on the outside? And this is how Sebring in the rain can go. You know, I'm trying in my best to avoid this, lay the brakes. Call him Big Red, gets outside. Big Red wants back on, so I get a little nervous. Corvette gets into me. I lose a bonnet. Okay, so I get through. I think Corvette's telling me, hey, you get just enough space to get through. So where are we now? Getting past left and right. And there I am. 16th position. No bonnet. What can we do with it? Well, there you go. I'm up to 15th. We're about 2 laps later. I think somebody went off in front of us, picked up an average spot. And I'm finding out, what can my car do? And I'll be honest with you, I'm a little frazzled. At this point, I think during the week I was up in points, and then I was down in points. And as I'm recording this on Saturday, I've had a good string of positions, but at this point, I'm just losing it a little bit. And this is a big part. You see this little get loose there, go through the grass. And just 5 minutes ago, I was telling you, what do you do when you make a mistake? Well, I'm dumb. I defend like hell. Maybe I shouldn't, but I do. And what plays out is I'm lucky that my man beside me, he's just gonna, he's gonna play it through. He could have fought me there. We could have touched sides, and now, before you know it, we're not in 16th place. We're somewhere in the 25th or 26th position. This is the 40-minute race, so there's a lot of stuff in front of us and a lot of things going on. But I just figure if I can just stay in front of this guy, get a couple corners out of me, I should be able to create the distance. And sure enough, I do. But it's everything I was preaching you shouldn't do. When you make a mistake, get back on the track safely and take your time with it. This time it pays off. So now we're at this point where you're just going to settle in and try and hit your marks. And I start to think about one of the YouTubers out there. His name's Jack Wayne. I think he goes by JACKZER. I might be saying that wrong, but he's been doing a lot of videos that are talking about the psychology of racing. And you know, we got to ask ourselves, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this for fun? Are we trying to punish ourselves? And I think it's all about relaxing and thinking about what kind of fun you can have, and it's just a number. Just relax. Like, I'm watching these two guys here. I put these guys on the screen because, you know, this is how we envision it. We envision, you know, two people duking it out down the front stretch at Sebring, and they're really going toe to toe, and it's nice racing. And what do we know it really is? It's me chasing another guy, trying to get every ounce of my car I can, and it's wet, and I look down at my knuckles and they're turning white. I just keep on waiting for this guy to make a mistake, because as I'm talking, I'm thinking quicker and I'm thinking out loud. I got to get this guy. And here's the problem: I'm in 12th place. I'm not winning any race, but what am I trying to do? I'm trying to go faster. I want to catch this guy. This guy's got to make a mistake. And he does. He makes these little ones. And every time he does, I think maybe this is my shot. And I just don't know if that's healthy. It's fun. It's an adrenaline rush. But if you get an opportunity, go ahead and check out those videos. I'll leave a description down at the below. He's a great guy, Irish guy that just, I think he does it for fun, to be honest with you. So here we are. We're in P12. Now, when I started this video, I was hypercritical of iRacing, spending a whole week in the rain, basically just a couple races without rain. And let's talk about that for a second, because quite frankly, who am I to complain? You know, I'm a bottom split guy. I do this for fun. I'm making these videos to challenge myself and learn how to use my MacBook for more than just searching the web and watching videos. And I see this mist in our face as we're going through this. And I think this is probably what iRacing should do. It's what keeps it from being a video game and more of a simulator. And, you know, if you don't want to race in the rain, then don't. You know, go race somewhere else. And I found myself taking up these rain races. I think I raced about 5 of them for the week. I don't mind the 20-minute dry ones, but it's been a lot of fun. So getting back on cue about chasing this guy down. Here's one of the funny things about racing, especially in the 40-minute races, is I know he's got a pit, and I've been kind of short shifting a lot of this thing. We're in the rain. You can always make your gas go a little bit further than normal, and that's what I do. I decide I'm going to back off a little bit. I'm going to play it safe, and let's see when he, you know, I say play it safe as I mow the lawn there. But as we come up out of the end of sunset, he's going to eventually pull in, and I'm going to get a place. And this is one of the things I don't know what a lot of people are thinking when they're racing is, are they taking tires? Because I never take tires in a 40-minute race. I'm no tire whisperer, that's for sure. I just don't see these tires going bad in this kind of rain, and it works out for me. You know, I think I'm going to pull a P11 right here when he comes in, and I think we grab a couple more after that. So I had about one more lap to go before I left my P11 partner there, and I had moved all the way up to P9. So here comes the critical part. And if you want to become better at iRacing, please practice going into the pits. You have no idea how many positions I've lost.
The pit lane speed limit is 45 miles per hour. Engage limiter.
Yeah, and always make sure you got your guy listening to you there, or you're listening to your guy. So anyways, I'm going to make a critical mistake here, you know. I overshoot my pit. Watch this. I mean, I kill my flag man, or the lollipop guy, and that cost me 3 seconds. Now, I don't think it's a big deal here, but if you do oval racing, I will, if I do a week of oval racing, I will practice pitting an hour each week.
All clear. Stay behind the line.
It's really important not to mess up like that because you are giving up positions. And didn't hurt me too bad. It's going to turn out that when it's all said and done, I'm going to finish out with a P11. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to take a P11 all day long. Okay, I'm going to leave this with the sounds of Florida at night. 1. 2, the reason why I do this, you don't have to be rich and you don't have to be a pro to have fun. I do this because I love sim racing. Always have, always will, and you can too. Make sure that if you like what you see here, subscribe to Glass City Racing. And if you see me on Twitch, sometimes I stream on Friday nights. I'm Broke Sim Racer. And don't forget to bump draft that like button. Until next time, see you at the track.